Welcome back to GOO ROO Beauty. I am Jodi and I have an enormous makeup collection. I get asked all the time for an update of my makeup collection and I would love to do that for you, but first I need to put away all of my makeup. My collection's gotten way out of hand and it is well overdue for a cleanup. So I saw Tati from Glamour Life Guru do a makeup graveyard series. I thought that was a fantastic idea just to go through products that I do own and what I think of them. I'll swatch them for you. I'll share with you whether I like them, whether I'll get rid of them, and I will hope to also do, with appropriate products, do a bit of a blog sale, and I'll figure that all out once I'm through with my makeup graveyard series. There will be quite a lot of products though that I will be looking at getting rid of and also selling, so stay tuned for that. Today we will be looking at my eyeshadow palette collection. If you want to see what will stay and what has reached its time to go, keep on watching. Hello again everybody, welcome to another makeup graveyard. Today we are doing my medium to slightly larger eyeshadow collection. So if you want to see what I've got in this drawer, what I'm going to keep, what I'm going to get rid of, keep on watching. Okay, so a favorite of mine, the Too Faced Chocolate Bar Semi-Sweet Palette. This is the second chocolate bar palette to come out. I'm definitely keeping that, as I will be also the original Too Faced Chocolate Bar Palette. Absolutely love it. I've done a tutorial with that one actually when it came out, the chocolate bar. I will definitely include a link to that down below. Keeping, 100% keeping. I also have a favorite cult product here from Urban Decay, the Naked palette. When it first came out with the dual-ended pencil, I'm absolutely definitely keeping my Urban Decay Naked palette. I do also have the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette. That one was cooler in tone. I will absolutely be keeping that, as I will be also the Naked 3 palette, full of more rosier tones, rose golds. Definitely keeping the Naked 2 and the Naked 3. Next up, I have something from Tom Ford, 03 Nude Dip palette. I do like my Tom Ford eye color quads. I think this was originally limited edition, but it has since moved into the permanent collection. I definitely will be keeping the Tom Ford Nude Dip. From Chanel, this is another eyeshadow quad in Tis Fantasy, and that is what it looks like. We've got some lovely corals, a beautiful green, a lovely bronzy shade, and a shimmery white. I actually will be adding that to my Chanel eyeshadow collection in my medium size eyeshadow drawer that I showed you recently. So I'll add that one in there. I will be keeping that. Something from the Balm. This is the Balm Voyage palette. A lot of sort of mid-tone pastel-y shades and some creamy products as well. I will not be keeping the Balm Voyage palette. I've got one in here from Zoeva. This one was sent to me actually, much to my delight. The Zoeva, what's it called? Mixed Metals. I loved this palette. I've only used it once or twice, but I adore it. It is all shimmery shades. I think that black might be matte. I love their brushes. I adored this eyeshadow palette and I'm absolutely keeping that one. From VIDS, I have a few VIDS eyeshadow palettes. This one is from Makeup & Glow. The Paris Nude VIDS eyeshadow palette was the first VIDS eyeshadow palette I ever had. They are all shimmers. They pack a lot of pigment and they are beautiful eyeshadows. I'm definitely keeping the VIDS Paris Nudes. One from Smashbox here. This one is called the Masterclass Palette 2. They come out with a different palette every holidays. You've got quite a few different eyeshadow shades. You've got some matte neutral shades there, a whole bunch of colors. We've also got, I never used them, the eye color creams, and I've got some blushes and some bronzer and some highlight shades. I really haven't used this palette enough. The one complaint about this palette when it came out a year or two ago was the fact that the packaging was really cheap, and mine certainly did show up cracked. I've just pulled it apart there. It was just hanging on by a thread, but yeah, the packaging was a letdown. They have since improved it. I think their last holiday palette was a lot better in terms of packaging, but I will keep this one. Look at that, it doesn't close properly. So yeah, not great packaging, but I will keep that. This is the Nude Mattes from Paula's Choice. You know, I wasn't terribly impressed and I won't be keeping it. I'll probably be including this one in the blog sale. The blog sale will probably be on Instagram. I'll probably create my own channel to just sell products. So do stay tuned. I will be announcing on my very, very last makeup graveyard video all about that sale, but it won't be for a little while. I've still got lots and lots of drawers to go through. Smashbox Full Exposure Palette. I think I thought the matte matte neutrals were fine, but the sparkles, not impressive. I think they really are best to be used wet. I am going to hold on to the Smashbox Full Exposure. I've got a bunch here of the Stila in the whatever palettes, and I don't think these are current anymore. I think they've been phased out. We have the In the Light palette. I think this was actually labeled Natural Eyes when I bought it. Beautiful. We do have the shade Kitten. We have a lot of other lovely neutral shades. Certainly gives the Urban Decay Naked palette a run for its money. A great palette that I still thoroughly recommend if you can get your hands on it. In the Garden. In the Know. I do get asked often about my recommendations for matte eyeshadow palettes, and this one is one that I do recommend whilst it may not be available any longer. In the Moment, another range of finishes. We've got a nice set of purples coupled with some neutrals. Great for you brown-eyed ladies. So I will actually be keeping all of my Stila in the palettes. I actually really quite like them. I did make a video of these eyeshadow palettes. I will definitely link to that one down below. From Tarte, this is the Tartelette palette, the Amazonian Clay Matte palette. This one is still very, very current. You've got a bunch of neutrals, all mattes. Again, another fantastic matte eyeshadow palette. I've got something here from Stila. This is called Living the Life in Laguna palette. A range of eyeshadows, some lovely rosy, plummy, pinky tones, and some face powders. Don't know if I've ever used that, but I will not be keeping that one any longer. From Kat Von D, this is the True Romance eyeshadow palette, Angeles. And we've got a nice range of blues, neutrals. We've also got a light icy blue cream shadow here. I do love my Kat Von D, but I am not going to be keeping this. A couple of MAC quads here that haven't made it to my larger palettes. This is the All Woman eyeshadow quad. I might actually see if I can depot those and put them in a Z palette. I probably won't use the quad, but some nice everyday matte neutrals there. Another one from the Sharon Osbourne limited edition collection, the Duchess quad. Embark is a really lovely one, part of the permanent collection. I will keep this one for now. From Smashbox, this is the Beauty Exposed palette. This is a lovely range of neutral shades. I don't know if I have ever used it, but it is time to say goodbye to that one. From Kat Von D, absolutely love the packaging. This is tin packaging embossed with roses. This is the True Romance eyeshadow palette in Saint. It does come with a eyeliner pencil, and you've got a nice range of neutral shades there. I'm not going to keep that. From Bobbi Brown, this is the Ultra Nude Eye palette, a range of nude shades. I'm not going to hold on to that one. From Guerlain, this is the 07 Liqueurs, I'm not sure how you would say it, a lovely set of neutral eyeshadows. I will keep this. A palette here from Laura Mercier, a few different things in this palette here, some face products, some eyeliners, and then two little tiny Laura Mercier eyeshadow quads. I am going to keep this. This is one that you can pop shades in and out of, and I do have other blushes and other eyeshadows that I can pop in and out of that in a little zip up patent black leather looking package. And I know what this is. This is something I bought from Dior duty free in an airport. What we have in here are Dior Show mascara. I don't think that's ever been used. We have a little face powder from Dior, some lip colors, and some eyeshadows that I may have used once. I won't be keeping this. Something else in here from Smashbox, the Shades of Fame eye palette. A lovely range of neutral shades. We've got a beautiful bright blue. I think that gold is a cream, and that bronze may also be a cream. I might hold on to that one a little bit longer, maybe not for a whole lot longer, if you know what I mean. Remember this is actually from Tarte, and it is the Tarte for True Blood limited edition collection collector's palette. Open after dark. Uh-oh, I'm breaking the rules. We've got a liner, eye primer, and a Lights Camera Lashes mascara in there, and you've got a range of shadows in there. I may have used this one once or twice, but you know what? I think it's time to say goodbye. From Tarte. This is a few years old now, and it is the Neutral Eyes Volume 2 Natural Eye Palette. You've got this little sort of purse looking packaging. You have an eyeliner. You also have a dual-ended eyeshadow brush, and then you've got a bunch of fairly neutral eyeshadow shades. It's also time to say goodbye. From Laura Mercier, this is the, no, Laura does not like to call her palettes anything, but she does come out with a different artist's palette every year. I will be keeping that. Something from the Balm, this is the Meet matte eyeshadow palette, and you've got a little miniature range of matte eyeshadows. I will be keeping that from the Balm. This is the Balm Jodi palette, and you've got a range of different eyeshadow shades, also a highlighter. You've got a little blush, Don't You Want Me, all named after 80s inspired themes. We've got Blink 1982, The Stroke, REM, Third Eye Blinded, really cute. And then we've got a little flip down to expose two little cheek and lip creams. It's time to say goodbye to the Balm Jodi palette. I do have the Shady Lady palette also from the Balm. This is the original Shady Lady, Volume 2. And Giraffe Inspired Volume 3. We'll be holding on to those. A larger Meet Matte Nude palette from the Balm. Much bigger pans in this one. We've got a nice range of matte shades. I will be keeping the Meet Matte Nudes palette. Got a few here from Bare Minerals. Beautiful gold reflective luxe looking packaging. These are all part of the Bare Minerals Ready eyeshadow range. The Playlist. The Power Neutrals. The Cocktail Hour. I'm going to be saying goodbye to all of the Bare Minerals Ready Eyeshadow 8-pan palettes. A couple more from Bare Minerals. These are also Ready Eyeshadow. This time they are quads. The Truth and The Happy Place. And I'm going to keep the Ready Eyeshadow quads. Something else from Smashbox. This is called Eyelights Beam. And from memory, we've got three very shimmery colors. I will be saying goodbye to that one today. A smaller palette from Kat Von D. This is the Rock and Roll eyeshadow palette. A shimmery white, a champagne, a purple, and a glittery sort of slate gray. Very rock and roll. It's time to say goodbye to that. From Stila, this is the It Girl palette. We've got LeMay, Chloe, and Kitten. Some really great glittery shades there. I'll hold on to that one for a little bit longer. From Lancome, this is a Color Focus eyeshadow. We've got blush and eyeshadows in this palette. This one must have come in a holiday set. Some lovely looking shades there, some plums, some golds. Time to say goodbye to that one though, from an Elizabeth Arden limited edition holiday collection. Don't know if I ever used that set of eyeshadows and blushes, but it also came with an interchangeable other set of blushes and eyeshadows. Time to say goodbye to that. From Estee Lauder, this was also part of a limited edition holiday set. This is what the Estee Lauder holiday collection palette looks like. Time to say goodbye to that. From Elizabeth Arden, this was another limited edition holiday palette. We've got a nice range of eyeshadows and some blushes there. Time to say goodbye to that one. I've got a palette you might recognize here, Lorac Pro, looking worse for wear. I need to clean that up. When I'm asked if I recommend the Urban Decay Naked or the Lorac Pro, I do recommend the Lorac Pro. They do kick up a bit of dirt, but it's a beautiful range of finishes and shades. We've got more choices here than the Urban Decay Naked, but it is harder to get a hold of. The Urban Decay Naked is fabulous, but I do love and still do love the Lorac Pro palette. I will be holding on to that. Something else here from Lorac. This is the Unzipped eyeshadow palette. I love this one too. We've got a range of sort of peaches, plums, also some lovely matte shades in here as well. Love that Unconditional and this Plummy Unbridled. Really gorgeous palette. I'll definitely be keeping the Lorac Unzipped. I've also got another one here from the Balm, the Nude'tude. I think I'm the only one that doesn't call it Nude'tude. I got the naughty one with all the naked ladies on it. I do like the Balm Nude'tude palette, and I will definitely be keeping that one for a little bit longer. These were old style Sigma Cosmetics. We've got an eyeshadow palette called Flare. We also have a palette called Dare, and we've got some lovely warm shades here from Dare. Some yellows, some beautiful terracotta type shades. I might actually keep a hold of this one. And then we've got Bare, a range of neutral shades. We've got a brush here in the palette as well. I'm going to say goodbye to two of those. So goodbye Bare and goodbye Flare. I'm going to clean everything up, rearrange, and I'll be back to show you what I'm keeping. All right, this is what it looks like. If you can see, I have actually just put into my medium-sized drawer that I shared with you on a previous video. I've put my MAC quads back there with other MAC quads. I've put my Bare Minerals. These are smaller palettes. So I put my Bare Minerals. I put my Galan, my other Stila palette, my Tom Ford in there, my Chanel in there. So they belong in my medium-sized eyeshadow palette drawer, and my medium to large size collection looks like this now. So a lot more room to put some recent purchases in. We've got my Urban Decay Nakeds here. We've got the two Too Faced chocolate bar palettes. I'm waiting for another one of those to come out. I've got my Stila in the palettes. I've got my Zoeva, my Lorac Pro and Lorac Unzipped, my Tartlet, my Visart, the Balm palettes here, and then at the back we've got the Sigma palette, a few Smashbox palettes, and then the couple of Laura Merciers. So plenty of room to fill this on up. Certainly look for more excitement in this drawer in the makeup collection video that will come after the makeup graveyard series. Thank you so much for watching. Hope that you enjoyed another one of these makeup graveyard videos. Have yourself a gorgeous day. Don't forget, you are beautiful. It's one thing to look at though, all these pretty little things, but make sure you be it. So much more important. And I will see you again really, really soon. Bye.